All right, Mr. Lockhart has a note here on one of these tickets. Did you send a note to the court, Mr. Lockhart?
Yes, sir.
All right, folks, buckle up today. We're diving into a courtroom drama that has it all. A self-styled legal expert challenging the system, refusing counsel, and making bizarre claims about jurisdiction. And when a defendant doesn't grasp the basics of court protocol, it's nothing short of chaos. But trust me, it's going to get even wilder. Stay tuned as we watch this case unfold and see how this all ends up. Trust me, you won't want to miss how this plays out.
Offer to contract and do not agree to these proceedings. All right, so what do you want to do?
I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion. I'd like to say for the record, my name is Jamil of the family Lockhart.
Let's get the record established. This is the city of Detroit versus Jamel Amir Lockhart. Appearance for the record, please, counselor.
Rita White, House Counsel, on behalf of Mr. Jamil Lockhart.
All right, Mr. Lockhart.
No one is represented.
About the judge's first move here. Judge Perkins wisely offers the defendant a chance to study the law in the jail's law library. This move is almost a gift. 30 days to get a grasp on the legal system he clearly doesn't understand. And while some might argue that it's coddling, it's really the best way to avoid the inevitable train wreck we're about to witness.
In fact, for Jamil Lockhart and We Just Trust. I'm here by threat, duress, and coercion. I'm here making a special appearance. And I'm here to demand that the court prove jurisdiction over me. It must be proven and proven on the record. And then also I submitted Freedom of Information Act request for your foreign registration statement and anti-bribery statement, as well as that of prosecutor. There is no contract. Every presentment that was made to me was formally rejected and sent back to the court, which is what you have a copy of, by my notary. I do have a live witness notary who can come in and testify to that fact. Given that there is no commercial contract, no commercial agreement, I fail to see how the court has jurisdiction. Furthermore, there's been no injured party, and there's been failure to state a claim through a verified affidavit. So if someone can prove to me how this statutory commercial court has some kind of jurisdiction over me as a live flesh and blood human being.
Already lost the plot. He claims to be a living flesh and blood man exempt from statutory law. If only that were enough to escape a courtroom. But the reality check is coming fast. Judges don't have time for these semantic games. And if you're thinking this line of defense will work, well, spoiler alert, it won't.
This is what is if it's properly effectuated in the courtroom. And I'll certainly give you whatever hearing that you want if you file the proper motions and material to contest that. I'll give you an opportunity to be heard on that. But furthermore, what I'm looking at is I have a proof of service.
There is no proof of service that was rejected and sent back to the court. You have a copy of that.
You're not even listening. You're not even going to listen. I listen to what you said. Are you going to listen to me?
Interrupting the judge while they're trying to explain jurisdiction. In a courtroom, the person with the gavel is the one who calls the shots, ignoring that or disrespecting their authority. That's a surefire way to make your case spiral out of control.
Are you giving me permission to go ahead now, too, right?
I assumed you were done speaking.
All right. Listen, I have an envelope with certified mail. I don't know what I believe the contents have been stapled to the envelope. It's got a proof of service effectuated by Nyla Perrin. I have a signed complaint here, signed by Officer Randy Randolph on 11/19/2019.
Is he here today?
and we can get them in here. Today is only date and time is set for arraignment. So you're just being arraigned, and what the arraignment purposes of your arraignment, and let's go through the whole thing, is you're here for a expired plate ticket. That is a civil infraction that carries a $145 fine. There's an allegation that you did not have a drove while license not valid or improper. That is a misdemeanor offense, punishable by 93 days in at the maximum by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. On the same day and time, it was an allegation that you did not provide proper insurance. That is a misdemeanor, as is written here, and that is punishable by the maximum possible penalty of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. There's also a warrant for your arrest for an allegation of an improper, not valid driver's license. So today is the date and time set for arraignment. You have the option of pleading guilty, not guilty, or standing mute. You stand mute, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. What would you like to do, sir?
I am here under threat, duress, and coercion to demand
You're
that
not
this
here under threat, duress, or
prove some kind of jurisdiction, and until jurisdiction has
Defendant is fully aware that his argument about jurisdiction isn't working, but instead of conceding, he insists on doubling down. Repeating the same thing over and over isn't making his case stronger. It's making it look weaker. Pro tip: once the judge has made a ruling, pressing the issue only weakens your position.
Taking place in accordance to the court rules and the statutory laws of the state of Michigan.
So I am not a creature of statute. I am not under statutory law. I would demand that this proceeding take place under common law, as I am a live flesh and blood human being, under no authority but that of God.
All right. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm going to give you another court date. I don't have any All
I need you to do is prove jurisdiction.
You don't tell me what you need me to do, sir. It's over with quicker rather than later if you let me do my job. What I was trying to say, you're making your claim and stating your case that the court doesn't have jurisdiction over you. In order for me to properly review that and go, it's got to be done according to the court rules. I need a motion. And I will read that motion.
I have submitted a motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
I don't have it. I don't have it in front of me. And then I'll give you a motion.
I have a timestamped copy of it if you'd like me to show you.
All right. You got to submit it to the court. Look at the.
It was filed by the clerk just 2 days ago.
Okay,
I have a timestamped copy of it.
It hasn't got to the file. I'm going to give you another pretrial date.
I would like to say I do not consent. The court has to prove jurisdiction. I filed that document a few days ago. Anything short of that is an admission that there is no jurisdiction and we have no further business. We have no contract. None other than just stating that I do not consent to these proceedings and I do not accept any contract.
You already put that on the record.
Good.
You came back in.
I would also like to ask why this Mrs. Rita White had claimed to represent me.
All right, let's go back on the record where Mr. Jamil Lockhart. How old are you?
We're at the point where the defendant is pushing his motion to dismiss like it's the silver bullet that'll save him. But here's the truth. Submitting paperwork isn't a magic trick. It has to be filed properly, reviewed, and argued. Just showing up and waving it around like a victory flag won't cut it. The system has steps, and this guy is skipping them all.
Miss White is here to represent you. Well, first and foremost,
why did she claim to represent me and I have no knowledge?
I'll explain it to you. First and foremost, she's the House counsel for this evening. So for this afternoon, she represents anybody who wants her representation as far as helping them to navigate and to defend themselves.
I have never expressed that want to her.
This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. Any questions?
Why do you talk over people?
Well, I assume we were having a conversation. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
I am trying to have a conversation, but one's got to talk and one's got to listen.
Okay, go ahead.
You asked why Miss White said she represented you. Miss White said she represented you because she didn't know beforehand the position that you were going to take. So she's just
That's
merely
quite an
doing
assumption.
her job.
That is quite an assumption. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, by the name that you put up on there, Jamil of the family Lockhart,
That is
I
my.
wasn't surprised I wasn't surprised the avenue that you were going to take on that. Just
I'm
by the
glad you
name.
recognize
But I
where I'm
can't-
going.
But she's not going to assume. I don't believe she's going to assume that she's going to treat you any differently than anyone else. And then you said that you didn't want her representation, and she.
Wouldn't you agree that for future reference, it might be better to ascertain that kind of information before she makes that kind of statement for everybody?
No.
Now we're seeing the real mess. The defendant's continuing argument against jurisdiction is only going to get him in deeper. The judge has already given him multiple opportunities to understand the process. But it seems like he's more interested in playing legal games than finding a resolution. The only thing that's guaranteed at this point, more delays, more confusion, and zero progress.
Rash assumption.
Until they say differently, like you did.
Okay. Well, again, this whole time, there's a motion before the court to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
Well, there's not a motion
There has
before the
been
court.
what has been filed. I have a timestamp copy of it. I can show you that if you need to see it. But
Okay,
your
well,
clerk
let me explain
timestamps filed that document.
Let me explain to you. And this is just for your information. You say that you filed it with the court and the clerk down at the window, and I wouldn't disagree with that. But typically you want to, when you do your filings, that's why you want to have a judge's copy, and you want to specifically have that copy hand delivered to the judge's chambers. So we don't rely on the court clerks downstairs at the windows to make sure that these files get put into the proper place. You're not going to make.
Who do you
that
rely on for that?
You're making, and you're because you don't want to make that assumption that that file is going to get into the correct file. You don't want to make that assumption. Would you agree?
Who do you rely on to make sure that filed documents get into the right place, get into
The person that's filing it, yourself.
So it is not, you're telling me it's not the duty of the clerk to ensure that documents are filed in the case. It's also been timestamped. That was recorded as well. I have checked all my boxes when it comes to notifying the court. I've also given you a demand for your Freedom of Information Act request for your foreign registration statement and your anti-bribery statement. The idea or the fact that you do not have that is an issue, and it would mean that you are committing a crime against me and holding this statutory proceeding and trying to confuse me as a live flesh and blood man, that I am a corporation beholden to the corporation which you represent. And that is my main point here today, is to tell you that I am not under your jurisdiction. I am a live flesh and blood man. You've already stated that this is not a common law proceeding. I am under no law but common law. We have no commercial contract which would enter us into any kind of statutory law.
Okay.
So
Sir,
I failed to
let me
see
stop.
the
Let me
issue.
stop you.
And there's
Let me-
also
let me
no
stop you,
verified complaint with a
Let me
signed
stop you, sir.
affidavit.
Sir, let me stop you. And I'll let you put that on the record. I'll let you put it on the record already. We've already done those things. So
What a roller coaster. We've seen this defendant try and fail to challenge the court's jurisdiction, disrespect the judge, and force his own agenda. It's a clear reminder that knowing the law is crucial, and ignoring it will only make things worse. But now it's your turn. What did you think of the defendant's strategy? Was it just bad lawyering, or was there more to it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you're as shocked as I am. And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping breakdowns. We've got plenty more courtroom drama headed your way. Stay tuned.
Without your foreign registration statement, that's an admission that you are here as a criminal actor.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna end the hearing now. Club.
And I do not consent to
And I'm
any
gonna
further
remove
hearings on this issue or this matter. We have no valid contract. We failed to prove jurisdiction. There is no valid claim.
All right, you've
I do
already
not
said
consent.
that, sir. I've already let you make a record, and I don't want you to mention any more because I'm gonna hold you in contempt of court, okay? So I let you make your record.
You can do whatever you feel like you need to do. I'm here to tell you that I'm not under your jurisdiction.
All right, have a great day. Works, and I'm gonna give